Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, on point reviews all day, every day. Welcome back yet again, everybody. If you are one of my old subscribers, it's great to see you guys yet again. And if you are new to the channel, if this is the first time you've seen any of my videos through YouTube, Facebook, or Google, please make sure to hit like and subscribe because this is just one of many videos that I've made 2021 and below that's got a lot of those fragrances that you guys want to hear about. I totally break them down with no hype, and today is definitely a no hype day. Today we are going to talk about a very much hyped 2021 release from the fragrance house Creed. Today we are going to talk about an iteration of one of my favorite Creeds actually, which is Creed Viking. Now Creed Viking, what can I say? Back in the day when I was testing Creeds at the Nordstrom, at the Bloomingdale's, believe it or not, Creed Viking was the one that really caught my attention. Out of Aventus, Royal Oud, Erolfa, and stuff like that, I felt like Viking was the best. The bottle color helped too, the red bottle with that Viking design. And it's just really the way that it's made, in my opinion. I feel like Viking is treading in between something that is relatable, something that's usable, but at the same time, Viking has that extra oomph, you know, kind of like that extra spice, that extra oomph that makes it slightly different, and that's why I like Viking. Matter of fact, I recommended Viking on one of my top videos. I never had the chance to review Viking because, in my opinion, a lot of you guys already know about Viking, so there's no point in me actually reviewing it. But today though, this one's quite interesting because we are going to talk about a flanker of Viking. Finally, they did it. And this is something that I actually thought of when I was in the shower 1 year ago when Aventus Cologne basically broke the scene. Aventus Cologne, in my opinion, was actually a hit. I think that it's a hit. There are some people out there that still consider Aventus Cologne better than Aventus in terms also of results, not just because of the scent itself, but Aventus Cologne garnered a lot of compliments from different people, and they really do recommend that. So I was in the shower about a year ago and I was thinking, like, what if Creed actually made a Viking cologne? And it was kind of like a far-fetched idea. I didn't know how they were gonna do it because Viking has this minty, spicy quality to it, you know? And I was just like, man, how are they gonna make like a summery version of that? But in about a year, they finally did it, and here we have it. This is the official sample of Creed's Viking Cologne right here. This is the 2021 Creed Viking Cologne sample all the way from London. It took a minute for it to get to me, but finally it's here. This is the official sample, not for sale, but I still bought it. And on this video, I will be comparing Creed Viking Cologne 2021 with the original Viking. So I don't need to make a comparison video. You don't need to go anywhere. I'm gonna drop the lowdown here on the differences, the similarities that they share between Creed Viking Cologne 2021 and the original. Now, without further ado, let's go spray this thing right now. It's almost over. Okay, so let's go talk about the opening of Creed Viking Cologne right here. The opening of Creed Viking Cologne is quite fresh right here, okay? Right on the notes, you have some Sicilian bergamot, you've got some lemon, and then you've got some pink pepper as well. Now, those three notes are the ones that are similar with the original Creed Viking, but the difference maker here is your Mandarin Orange, guys, all right? So Mandarin Orange is the fourth note in the opening notes of Creed Viking Cologne, and it is a huge shift, to be honest, because when it comes to the original Viking, first and foremost, guys, minus the Mandarin, the pink pepper has a larger amount, in my opinion. It's actually double dosed in the original Creed Viking, so right from the get-go, it has a spicier, peppery edge. Now in this case, guys, the pink pepper in Creed Viking Cologne is actually much less. It's still aromatic, but it's just much less. So you can say on the opening here, guys, it's a lot more fresher with the lemon bergamot combo, and then it's got a less spicy peppery edge with the pink pepper, and then you've got Mandarin Orange. Now for those that are looking for a fresher, summer tuned Viking, then definitely this is it. This one right here, I mean, when I smell this, I feel like it's not really attuned for LA weather, okay? So over here, it's always perpetually spring here in LA, at least before it actually gets really, really hot. So the original Viking matches my weather a little bit better. But of course, I can't account for everybody at home. There are some of you out there that live in really, really warm climates. And in that case, like too much of a peppery Viking might not be applicable. In this case, guys, the inclusion of the Mandarin Orange definitely smoothens it out and makes this fragrance applicable for true warm weather. And because of the dialed down pepper and more abundant lemon bergamot, I think that this one is perfect for those guys who live in warmer climates. Now, the big difference maker between Creed Viking Cologne and the original Viking is going to be the mint note, okay? So the original Viking has a mint note that really sets it apart from every other cologne, in my opinion, and that's why I like Viking. It makes it a little bit different. It gets mintier, and there is a double dose of pink pepper right at the mid, and so that's what makes it truly, truly different. And in this case, guys, the 2021 Creed Viking Cologne does not have any mint, and it also does not have the double dose of pink pepper, as I stated earlier. So the best way to put it for me is that Creed Viking Cologne is basically Creed Viking without the fangs. If Creed Viking was a python and the fangs would create that extra spike to the perfume, an extra touch to the perfume, then it's not there. It's not there for Creed Viking Cologne. So you could say that this would be a calmer, more subdued, more, you could say smoother type of Creed Viking iteration without those two notes. But on the mid though, there are still some similarities right here, but still, I believe that Creed Viking Cologne is attuned for the summer or the warmer weather. In the original, you are going to have a rose note. In this case, guys, with Creed Viking Cologne, there is no rose note. However, there is geranium. So they put geranium right there. So it smells kind of rosy. It will replace the rose note. So it still smells somewhat familiar to the original rose on the Viking. However, because it's geranium, it's a little bit less. It's a little bit more attuned to the summer weather. Lavender also pops up early. Now, lavender is actually on the dry down of the OG Viking, and it is something you smell when the fangs have subsided, when the mint, the pepper, the heavy rose has subsided. Then the lavender does come in, providing a nice calming, soothing effect on wearing the OG Creed Viking. Well, in this case, guys, on the Creed Viking Cologne, that lavender pops up right at the mid, okay? So again, you can see it is attuned for the warmer weather because now you have a lesser rosy note with the geranium. You have lavender that pops up early, and then you also have that sweet, spicy nutmeg with some rosemary and sage. Midway into wearing Creed Viking Cologne, that's something I really noticed, is that it's a lingering scent with basically some sweet, calming aromatics. And the rose note, like I said, is still gonna be there through geranium, but it's not gonna be as heavy. So I actually like it. It's lingering around me. It's got some rosemary, sage, some nice nutmeg, but definitely, like I said, no fangs. Headed to the dry down of Creed Viking Cologne, you're gonna get a similar dry down to the original Creed Viking because this one has sandalwood, cedarwood, vetiver, and patchouli. The only difference is that this one right here has olibanum, which provides a sweet balsamic scent right at the dry down, again attuned to summer. Now let's go talk about the performance of Creed Viking Cologne 2021. I'm sure this is what you guys really want to hear. In my opinion, guys, after trying Creed Viking Cologne, this is a 4-hour scent. Now I will say this, guys, okay, positives right here. The opening is quite impactful, all right? I feel like the lemon and bergamot are definitely dialed up, and I feel like the mandarin is a nice note to add here in the opening. To me, I feel like the original Creed Viking feels stronger because it's just much more aromatic and it has mint. Because there is a double dose of pink pepper with the mint, it feels like this is much stronger. But in my opinion, it doesn't mean that this is lesser, it just doesn't feel that way. You will still get that lingering scent, you will still get to smell the lavender, the geranium, and the other spicy notes, or sweet and spicy notes rather, but it's just not gonna feel as strong as the original Viking. Now, when I did test this, guys, it was about 4 hours of consistent scent. And again, maybe this one for frag heads will be, you know, definitely not enough, and they'll probably thrash this because it's a 4-hour scent. But there is such a thing as a short game, right? So if you are going to be out for basically 4 hours and you need a perfume, then this should not be a problem because it does not die or weaken within those 4 hours. It's actually consistent, it's actually lingering. So I mean, unless you expect much more, you know, you're not gonna have a problem for those 4 hours. After 4 hours, it definitely becomes a skin scent. However, I feel like it is also a draw-in scent. I feel like the lavender, I feel like the nutmeg, the geranium, as well as the sandalwood, vetiver, patchouli, and all those other notes, I feel like those are draw-in scents as well. If you are going out on a date and you're going past the 4-hour mark, which, you know, normally it shouldn't go that long, but if it does, and you know, you're laying down the couch with your girl, I think that the draw-in scent quality of Creed Viking Cologne will be nice as well. I think they're gonna come in, smell your neck, whatever, because it has that quality. Now, I will say this, guys, for LA weather, right out here where it's perpetually spring, I like Creed Viking a lot more, the original, just because it matches the weather here. Even though we have our hot days, our mornings and evenings here in LA is basically cold. Just today I was wearing a t-shirt, but then after an hour of being out, I definitely went back home and I got myself this, you know, almost wintry jacket because it got really, really cold really, really quick. And in that case, the original Viking matters a lot more because it still has that minty, peppery edge that definitely matches that kind of weather. Now, of course, you guys, my audience base, a lot of y'all live in really warm climates, guys, okay? So I've lived in the Philippines for many, many years, and that one's really humid and hot. And I would say that the original Viking will not really apply to those scenarios unless you're in an AC environment. The 2021 Creed Viking Cologne definitely matches the true warm weather or humid weather with the combination of notes because they took out the fangs that's more applicable to colder weather and they put in these warm weather, sweet and calming notes that makes Creed Viking Cologne a summer one, I would say, more than spring. This 2021 Creed Viking Cologne, I gotta say, this one right here still has traces of the original Creed Viking, but I think that a lot of you all won't really appreciate it until it gets really, really hot. As long as it's still spring and you still have some cool weather wherever you guys live, I think that you will still prefer the original Creed Viking. But once it gets really, really hot, I think that this will be a lot more applicable and you're gonna appreciate it more than this one right here. Now, as for the negativity when it comes to Creed, I mean, that's inescapable. I feel like Fragcom generally has a negative connotation when it comes to Creed, but I think the sales still speak for themselves. I think until today, people still buy a lot of Creed. I think whether you're from Fragcom or you're outside of it, it's the reason why they have a lot of these boutiques at my favorite stores, and you know, there are people that truly buy it. The last time I went to a Saks Fifth Avenue just to test out some Clive Christian perfumes, man, I just saw like a lady buy like 3 Creeds in like one go. So she bought 1 for herself, she bought 2 for her husband. In one go is like $1,200 right there. And it was like nothing. And also, a lot of my friends in the fashion community, some real dope people in real life, not some creepos, every single time when they find out that I'm into perfumes or I've ever reviewed perfumes, the thing they always say is, Creed is awesome. Creed is the best. I love Creed. I own Creed. They own Aventus. They own Viking. They own Royal Oud. And they don't mention any other house. Even the ladies, every time I post a Creed photo on my stories, they always say, Aventus smells so good on a man. Really, despite the negativity on Creed, I mean, they're still gonna rock in my opinion, and they're just doing what they think is best based on the Aventus Cologne performance, how that went well. So obviously Viking Cologne is next, and sometimes I do wonder if there's gonna be a Royal Oud Cologne at some point. Ultimately, my judgment on this perfume is try this one first, all right? And especially if you are living in a country or a city where it's really perpetually humid and warm, then definitely you must try it. It's a must try if you live in warmer climates, definitely. But if it's still spring, I don't know. I think you guys will like the original much more. Now let me know in the comments below what you guys think of Creed Viking Cologne 2021 or Creed Viking in general. I posted a photo on my community tab and that got a lot of responses on the Creed Viking Cologne. I guess some of y'all have already tried it. Comment below, let me know what you think. Which one do you prefer, the original Viking or this 2021 Viking Cologne, and why? Or if you do love the original Viking formula, let me know why as well, because I really like it. Okay, so that is it. That is my review on Creed's Viking Cologne 2021. Just released, guys. This is one of many 2021 videos that I will be releasing all throughout the year, so make sure to hit like and subscribe, and I will link some 2021 videos right at the end of this one, just in case you're looking for some new stuff to try. And until then, this is Troy D. I'll see you guys soon. God bless, take care, have a great weekend.